Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Gadget Gears podcast. I'm your host, Mobile Mike, and joined with me, I've got Nicholas Balius. What's up, Nick?
Another day, another dollar, son. Putting it down like a $2 clam.
These are wise words. It sounds like your mic is like rubbing up against your shirt or something.
Like that? You like that?
Yeah. It hurts my ears.
Sorry about that. My bad, yo.
Yeah, what's all good, home slice? Vic's going to be joining us soon. He is on the way home and was on his Bluetooth, and it sounded really bad, so we just told him go upstairs and join the call when you're not on your Bluetooth. So we'll go get this party started here in a minute. Nick, you got any cool shit that you have seen lately? Any? I know we normally talk about shit we've watched like movies or whatnot. Any new movies you've checked out?
Uh, well, no. But I will say that Wet Hot American Summer, the TV series on Netflix,
Uh-huh.
phenomenal.
I just started watching it the other night. I was digging it. I finished the first episode. I fell asleep, so I only got like halfway through the second episode. But I'm a looking and I'm a liking.
Oh, it's great. I rewatched the movie before I started watching the show, and I feel like that's critical.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do because I kind of felt lost, and I couldn't tell if it was just the tone of the show. Like, you know how some shows they just kind of assume that you know what's going on, even though it's a brand new show kind of thing, and then they kind of fill you in as it goes on.
Yeah, this show you get left behind if you didn't watch the movie.
Okay, so maybe I should go before I get too far into the show. I'll
Yes,
go and
definitely,
watch the movie.
because it is full of all kinds of little gags. I mean, just endless amount of like little references and just continuity things, like things they did in the movie that they're still doing in the show. And of course, what's hilarious about it is it's what 14 years after the movie came out, and it's a prequel with all the same actors. Everybody's fucking old, but it's actually like the first day of camp, and the movie was the last day of camp. So it's hilarious. It's just
Okay, so the movie is supposed to take place after the
the
series.
show. Yeah,
I
yeah.
had never even heard of the movie before, to be honest with you, and
Uh,
the only reason started watching is I just ran out of shit on Netflix to watch. So,
well, that's everybody should just go watch, the movie and then watch the shows. It's on Netflix. Wet Hot American Summer. It's a campy spoof of camp movies, much in the same genre as what are you doing in the hood with gin and juice or whatever that fuck is called, and Scary Movie, and like what the Wayans brothers did, what Mel Griffin did. That's what this is.
gotcha, like a Mel Brooks kind of
Mel
thing.
Brooks. That's what I meant. Not Mel Griffin. Mel Brooks. And then the other thing that I watched that was fascinating, just fascinating, was the documentary on General Tso's chicken.
Say what now?
There's a documentary about General Tso's chicken.
And that's how you pronounce it, right? Sal.
That's the right way, but there's all kinds of ways to say it. Much like Louisville, Louisville.
Okay. Well, learn me on some General Sal chicken here.
Well, it's what's great about that documentary is it starts to tell you the story of General Tso's chicken, and then it's like, but let's pause and let's look at closer to understand this fully. Like, let's understand how Chinese restaurants came to be, and it does a nice glossed over high level discussion about Chinese restaurants and what went on after the railroads were done, and what happened to Chinese immigrants, and what continues today and how it works, and etc. Because it's really important to understand why General Tso's chicken is so different now than when it was originally created.
And
And
if
it's
I'm
just,
not mistaken, it was created here, right? Or it's not a traditional Chinese food. It's not like something you go to China and that's what you get there, you know?
right. Whatever they went to, they go to China and they show everybody the dish. People are like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but that's not true. It was created in China,
Oh, okay, okay.
and they have the guy who created the dish in the documentary, and
Oh,
he's
shit.
none too happy with what is now presented as his creation.
Was he a general and his name's Sal?
No, no, but there was a real General Tsao.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that was great. Mind of a Chef's always really good. It's a new season of that on Netflix. Um, True Detective wasn't that good.
Yeah, so I canceled my cable 2 months ago or so. And along with that was my HBO. I think, no, it had to have been longer than that because I canceled it right when Game of Thrones started. I kind of fucked up. Um, and I really, really liked the first season of True Detective a lot. Um,
Yeah, it was great.
and I was really looking forward to the second season, especially because I weirdly like Colin Farrell. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah, it's because he's fucking Irish.
I don't know what it like. Last night I watched Miami Vice, which is the most boring as fuck movie, but your boy is in it with this just amazing mustache and just ridiculous suits. And I'm like, I like this movie. Jamie Foxx is in it, just being Jamie Foxx, of course. Um, and I was really looking forward to checking out the season and Vince Vaughn, and I was curious to see how he was going to do in such a serious role,
Yeah,
if he's even serious. I don't know.
well, I felt like the acting was phenomenal. Um, I really did. I felt like everybody did a great job. You really cared about the characters and everything. The story was just so the finale I really enjoyed, and I was able to figure out the show. But I feel like a lot of people would do a lot better with a roadmap because it's not a linear case. It's like you're watching five pieces of spaghetti and you're following all five at the same time, only to
Right.
find out that they all are actually the same piece.
Yeah, I read an
And
article the
you
other
don't get
day.
that payoff until the end. But I mean, it's coming, but it's just like it's a long, slow road to hoe. And
Would you say that that show might be more enjoyable? Not that show, but that season binge watch, so you could just kind of watch them all at once.
no way, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That show needs to be recut into maybe like a 3 hour movie.
Yeah, okay, and no, no. What I mean by binge watch, I don't mean like sit down in one sitting and watch them all. I mean like instead of waiting a whole week to see the next episode,
I
maybe
don't. I
watch
don't
two or
think.
three a night.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know if you could put yourself through it.
Because that's how I started. Or, I'm sorry, that's how
But
I
it, season
finished
one.
season one. I started season one watching one at a time, and I was, as it was released, and then and it wasn't bad, but it was, like you said, they're telling two different stories. Not, I haven't seen the second season, so I don't know
Yeah,
how
and
intricate it is. But
season one was a lot easier to
right, season one
keep
had
your
okay,
head
this
in.
happened back then, and this is happening now, and boom, there we go. But there was a lot of names, a lot of references, a lot of things to keep track of. Um,
Yeah, I
and
suppose I don't know. It was a great show. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't. It was just I believe that it was too complex of a show for most people. And because for me it was a really complex show to watch. Like I mean, I made fun of people who didn't understand Inception because I was like, well, how could you not get that? And I don't know. I mean, maybe
no,
this show
I think people make Inception deeper than what it is. It's like no, motherfucker. They level one, level two, level three, level four. Oh fuck!
yeah.
If you die in oh fuck, you stay dead. Like simple as that.
Yeah. It was just I don't know. I mean, I you should watch it, but I'm gonna be honest that it's dry, but it's very dramatic. It's the acting is superb, and that's I almost feel like that's what they were selling you, because things just moved really slowly.
Mhm.
But
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 I
these
felt a lot of
actors,
the without seeing season two, a lot of what you're saying, I felt the same for season one. Like season one story wasn't like this, oh my god, story. Like I wasn't like, holy shit, it's just a basic detective story, two guys trying to get to the bottom of stuff.
And
But
this isn't.
what roped you in was the acting, especially. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Thank you, Matthew McConaughey. Like every time he was on the screen and he was talking this jibber jabber, you're just like, man, this guy can fucking act his ass off.
Yeah, and that's how this one is. But this one's like, it's not a detective. This one, this one takes place like in real time, and season 1 was, you know, a long, long time ago in a place far, far away. We had a murder. You know,
Right. Well, yeah. Like half of it basically was them recounting
what had happened.
what had happened, and then they
Right.
got caught up, and then it was then it was in real
And
time.
this one was just like from start to finish, real time. What's really going on, and you're figuring out what. And that's what's fucked up about it, is it's like it's in real time, but you're figuring out something that's happened a long time ago.
Gotcha.
But they never show you what happened a long time ago. Like most movies and TV shows will cheat and like do like a cut to like.
Right.
This one never does a cut. It's just
It kind of holds your hand, but this one doesn't.
right. This one's just they just figure things out as characters, and you have to put the pieces together. Nobody
Doesn't
connects
for
the
you.
dots for you.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you this, without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
So it's True Detective season 2. What makes this a True Detective? Are there elements from the first?
They're detectives.
Okay, that's it. That they're just detectives.
Yeah, they're just it's just a true detective story. It's not a bullshit Dick Tracy film. It's
Okay,
a
so
true
there's no
gritty.
narrative plot points
No.
that tie in from one to the other. It's just another independent story about detectives.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's really almost like they went, all right, we had a huge hit. Let's flex our artistic muscle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from what I've read just briefly here and there. It definitely seems more like a artsy fartsy acting series than it is nitty gritty detective show.
The best thing I saw was like a little internet comic, and it had Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like True Detective season 3. Figure out what the fuck happened to True Detective season 2.
Did you watch Aquarius?
No.
I think you'd probably like that too. It's the David Duchovny. It takes place in the 50s. It takes
Okay.
some has Charles Manson in it. It takes some characters
Oh, okay.
from real life, but obviously the story is dramatized and changed dramatically than what actually happened in real life. But it's kind of like that too, where it's a detective story where you follow. It starts off with, here's the problem. There's a missing girl. We got to find the missing girl, and then it kind of unravels like all these different plot points throughout the series. But I really like David Duchovny because he's just a cool fucking guy, and everything he's in, he's just fucking cool.
Well, they're bringing X-Files back.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've been actually rewatching X-Files on Netflix too. Hey.
Back.
Vic has joined us.
Had to fucking find my laptop since my computer isn't hooked up yet.
Did any of you guys see Mission Impossible, the new one?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
I want to. I love those movies.
It's good. It's good. I
Movie.
have not seen Ant-Man yet, which I feel terrible about. But I made the decision to see Mission Impossible instead of Ant-Man the last time I went to the theater.
My dad called me and told me, he's like, I just he left a voicemail. I was like, just calling to see if you saw Ant-Man yet, and if you haven't, you need to go see it. It's a good film. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. So all right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, is that it's actually like a really funny movie.
You haven't saw it yet, Mike?
No, I have not seen it yet.
What the? Excuse my language. What the heck, man? What the
I
heck?
haven't seen it either.
Nick, oh my gosh, how do you guys
Yeah.
not see the best
Well, you know,
superhero movie of the year?
I'll be honest. I was and I was like, watch. I hope I'm wrong because Ant-Man is the dumbest fucking character ever. Like
Right.
he's so stupid. And I was like, I don't understand. And then they announced Paul Rudd, and I was like, wait a minute, Paul Rudd. Okay, this can either go really well or really bad. And I've kind of been negative about seeing it the entire time. And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, okay. So they're just addressing the fact that Ant-Man is a fucking stupid superhero right
No,
from the
it's not really
get-go.
a stupid superhero. It's just
No,
not
he's fucking
the best.
stupid.
Nah, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's not something I will ever envision a superhero as. But they really showcase what he can do as a superhero in the movie.
Well, shit, I should hope so. They spent
That's
$300
what I'm
million
saying.
dollars to make a movie with a guy called Ant-Man. They better show him doing something. Yeah, put you in your place, motherfucker.
No, I'm typing out a text message right.
What about you? You watch anything? Anything on Netflix or any TV series type shit that you wanna talk about? That's dope. We just talked a little bit about True Detective season 2. Even though I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't really been watching a lot of stuff. Oh, and actually, you know what? BoJack Horseman season 2, fucking awesome.
I couldn't push through season 1. I
What
tried.
is this? What is this?
BoJack Horseman. It's on
BoJack Horseman,
Netflix.
dude, it's one of the best comedies on Netflix, dude.
I've
It's,
never even heard of this.
It's the magician brother from Arrested Development.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he voices him. Yeah, he voices the character. It's an animation, but dude, Mike, yeah, you'll love it, man. It's like a
Archer is like 10 times better.
no. This is great.
I don't know, man. This
the
is
same
hard
kind
to
of
beat
humor.
Archer. Archer's fucking hilarious.
Do you enjoy Sunny?
Sonny?
Yeah, I love
Sunny in
Sonny. I
Philadelphia?
love Sonny. And,
Oh, every time I see it, I like it, but I've never sat down and actually watched it. But I
I
do
watched
like.
all of them
first
like
of all,
in a month.
Yeah, you gotta go on Netflix, okay? Watch BoJack Horseman season 1, season 2, and follow it up with Always Sunny season 1 through 9. I think they got on Netflix now. Because oh my god, Sunny's a show you can just go back and watch over again. You know what? Screw that, man. I'll actually probably start Sunny all over again tonight. Thinking about it, but yeah, Mike. What was that? What was that, Nick?
Why do you look like a bird, D?
Oh my gosh, this show is so brilliant, dude.
Dude, you gotta stop eating cat food. But
Yeah.
why? Because you're not a cat. I follow Charlie Day quotes on Facebook.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Once a day they post them.
Oh my gosh, dude, I love that show. The freaking with Charlie tore it up though with that Health Inspector episode of the last season. Oh my god, that was like one of my favorite episodes, dude.
I probably haven't seen it yet because it's not on Netflix.
Oh man, Nick. Oh dude. Oh, you haven't seen the latest season? It is so great, dude. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. So I digress, Mike. BoJack Horseman. Go watch that. It's like one of the best comedies on Netflix, unless you're Nick Ball.
Word. I've actually been watching Friends.
I hate that show.
Yeah.
That's watchable. I mean, I won't.
I never really watched it, obviously back in the day, and going back and just rewatching it, it's fucking hilarious. It's a really funny show.
Yeah, it really. What makes that show so great? 'Cause I watch an episode every now and then, and yeah, it's like interesting some of the stuff. I think I actually got kind of hooked for a bit when I think Chandler was starting to hook up with the black hair girl. I forget her name.
Monica, yeah.
Is that
I think it's just the writing and then the situations that they put them in because and I was talking to Aaron about this. I was like, I don't find any of the people particularly funny except for Joey and Phoebe, the blonde, and then Joey,
Right.
the stupid one. Those are the only two people that I actually think like themselves, like those are funny individuals. Everyone else to me is not funny at all. And Chandler has some moments here and there, but like he's supposed to be the funny guy. So, but the situations that they put them in and that they get themselves in are just so stupid and ridiculous that it's funny. So yeah, I've been watching that.
What I remember is that Phoebe was a fetish material for some odd reason.
She was what?
Fetish material.
Oh, because you're black and she's white? That's a fetish?
Maybe. I mean, I actually wasn't suggesting that. I was suggesting like the awkward, quirky uh, girl, but yeah, we can always go racist with you.
Okay, okay.
If that's where you feel comfortable, we'll take it there, man. It's because she's white and I'm black.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's cool, man. Doesn't bother me. For the longest time, I thought you were Japanese.
Yeah, that is true.
Or white.
Yeah, don't insult me like that.
Oh, now who's the racist?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so let's see. I've been peeping out some old episodes of X-Files.
Man, we should do X-Files. We just go. I don't know why they're bringing back
X-Files? Because it's dope, that's why.
I mean, I don't know why they're not starting off like a fresh new cast.
Because no one gives a fuck about the cast. We give a fuck about or a new cast. We give a fuck about the original characters.
It just seems cheap to me. I don't know. It just seems really cheap. Like,
maybe they'll make it a prequel, like what Hot American Summer. The same cast members.
They're all old as shit.
but it actually takes place 10 years before.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Hey, did any of you guys see Terminator?
No. Hell no, man. Wait, don't tell me you saw Terminator, but not Ant-Man 2. I will be pissed.
No, I haven't seen Terminator.
Thank God.
I want to, just because I feel like I have to, because it's Arnold. But
didn't they kind of ruin the whole entire movie in the trailers?
That's what I'm hoping they did. I mean, they did, but I'm hoping there's another twist. They showed basically that John Connor comes back as a Terminator.
I think,
and everybody's like, "Oh, thanks for fucking telling me everything in the thing." So in the trailer, but I'm hoping maybe that's not the only major plot twist. But I don't know how you can fucking beat that.
I think I read either on Screen Rants or Geek Tire. Maybe it was Geek Tire because I stopped going to Screen Rants website. I think everything was kind of spoiled. Like, if you watch all the promotional material, you knew the entire movie.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I can still fucking hold on some fucking faith for it. But yeah, I don't doubt it. I haven't read any like in-depth reviews. I just saw like the Rotten Tomatoes score and the Metacritic score, that sort of thing. But so what else we got? I mean, it's been a while.
Four, right?
Oh yeah, Fantastic Four. So yeah, I guess I didn't see it, but it's got like last time I looked, it had a 9% on the tomato meter.
Yeah, it was like
universally just getting panned worst superhero movie ever.
Yeah, it made the first two look like Emmy-nominated movies.
Well, yeah, and if you think about the time when the first one was made, the second one could have been all right, but it just took a turn. It was basically the first one with a silver guy.
That's true.
But the first one wasn't bad in the context of when it came out. Like you look back now.
Spider-Man though, right?
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, so Spider-Man was good, and the original X-Men. I remember going and watching the original X-Men and thinking, okay, that was entertaining, but it's nothing like any of the characters that I grew up knowing. Like as far as the story plots, like the first time I saw Sabretooth, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, and he doesn't know Wolverine and like all this shit. So like in my nerdy comic book mind, I didn't like the movie. And then X-Men 2 I thought was probably the best X-Men in the series. I still think it's the best X-Men.
Yeah, it wasn't more towards the comics series. They didn't fall more like towards the comic books on that one.
Well, it kind of dove deeper into Wolverine and Weapon X and all that stuff. And I mean, let's be real, no one gives a fuck about any of the other X-Men except Wolverine.
That is true.
And I just don't trust Fox to make a decent movie. Like, X-Men 2 was good. Wolverine 1 was probably the worst movie I've ever sat through.
Man. Thank God, that's hilarious.
Oh man, and it started off good.
Shut.
Yeah, it started off so good, man, and then it just got so bad. Wolverine 2 was not bad. I didn't dislike it. And if you are gonna watch it, I highly recommend you either buy or rent the unrated version because there's so much more material in it. And it's just like that's the movie they should have released. They should have just made it rated R and fucking had that as the movie because it was so much better. There's a big ass fight scene that they just completely cut out from the movie.
You know they can't make them rated R though.
Well, I don't know. They're making a Deadpool rated R. They should have made
that's
Wolverine rated
Deadpool,
R.
and I think the target audience for Deadpool would be much older, anyways. But for like, how much money they're probably pumping into Deadpool versus or X-Men
Oh,
as well.
sure, yeah.
You
They're
can't
probably
really
paying the entire cast of Deadpool what they paid Hugh Jackman for Wolverine.
exactly.
So yeah, no, I mean I get it, I understand, but also at the same time, I just have no faith in Fox. Deadpool, on the other hand, it also is a Fox property, but I think Deadpool's like one of those things where you're like, hey Vic, fuck you, your idea is stupid. And then you're like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna show you. So you go into your lab and you just make your idea so fucking awesome just out of spite. And you come back and you're like, look at my awesome thing that I did, and it is awesome. And you're just like, oh shit, okay, I guess we got to use your awesome thing because it is pretty cool.
I just hope Fox doesn't have too much influence over the actual movie.
And that's my thing. I don't think they are because they don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, it's rated
I
R
think
and
in the back
everything,
of their minds that yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, we're gonna make this movie to shut you guys up. Obviously, there's a fan interest, so we're just gonna let the director do what he wants, and when it fucking fails, we can just say fuck it, and we're not out a whole lot of money. But there's obviously interest, so we're probably gonna make at least our money back and then some.
Yeah.
So I think they're thinking, okay, fuck it. But the people that are actually making the movie legitimately care about the character and delivering a piece of movie that's good. Whereas with X-Men, it's too big of a franchise for Fox not to fuck with. They have to get in there. They have to change things. You know what I mean? And whereas Deadpool is just like it's like a side project that actually happens to come out really, really well.
And see, Fox really dropped the ball with the X-Men series because, like we were saying earlier, they put a lot of focus on Wolverine, where they had all these awesome characters, and even though they aren't popular, if they did it right, they could have made them popular, like what Marvel did with pretty much Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, the Avengers, and everybody. Those were B-list characters, C-list characters, and they're like A-tier now. So Fox really missed some good opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember when I first heard they were making an Iron Man movie, and when I was a kid, I liked Iron Man, and I read Iron Man comics, but like, he was definitely not on the same level as Wolverine to me.
Or Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Man, or Superman, or Batman. It was just like, I mean, obviously we're mixing comic universes, but in the terms of like name and popularity, like, if I said Tony Stark, nobody knew who the fuck I was talking about. Oh, Iron Man. Oh, okay, yeah, he's the guy in the suit, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, of course, Hulk was popular, and he, whatever. There was a TV show and all this stuff. I think Thor is probably lesser known. Captain America, same thing, very, very lesser known. In the comics, they're very important characters, but in terms of like just pop culture, they're not popular, and Marvel fucking flipped the script and made them awesome. I think that's what we're gonna see with Daredevil, or I mean with
Daredevil.
Daredevil's already up there, dude.
Yeah, no, Daredevil is fucking phenomenal. I can't say enough awesome shit about that show.
Oh my gosh, dude! AKA Jessica Jones. When did that come out, Mike? Oh, it comes out this fall, right?
Yes, I think so.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude! I'm so excited after Daredevil. I am so excited for this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But also, that's another thing, kind of the same idea. So the the Marvel TV studio guys were kind of like shunned into a corner and like, nah, like fuck you guys. Like, yeah, you can use some of our elements, but like, no, you're not going to get any help from Kevin Feige or any of the main guys. Like, you just fucking figure it out. So I think that they were left to their own devices and brought something really, really awesome to people. And because Marvel as a whole didn't have a whole lot of say-so in it, just Marvel Television did, and they made a really great product because they didn't have to deal with all of these fucking bureaucratic bullshit that comes with having a giant company like Disney or Marvel and all these hands. Even what's his name? Whedon said something about Avengers 2 about having, like, he was done and there was just so many things that people wanted and that were changed, and and the movie ended up coming out good, but you would imagine if he had his say so, then it would have been a whole different movie, or not necessarily a whole different movie, but it would have played out quite differently.
So I wonder if in Whedon's vision, the Ultron. I don't know if you guys know if we didn't mention this or in any interviews, but was Ultron a giant fucking joke in his original vision, or was he supposed to be more badass? And Marvel forced him to make him more child friendly.
I honestly think that might be a Whedon thing because, I mean, going back to all the things that he's done,
Look at
humor.
Firefly. He did dark shit though in Firefly.
Yeah, yeah, but his big bads were always really funny. Like they always had like a kind of comedic streak to them.
There's not really the one big bad that freaking tortured. What's his name? I forget. God damn, how did I forget the captain's name? But he fucking tortured his ass like crazy. He wasn't like laying out jokes and stuff, and he was a big bad.
Yeah, well, that was the tone of that show, though. But I just mean him in general with his characters in general, not necessarily that one particular show. But
Oh, yeah,
like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like all of the fucking bad guys were not all of them, but it always had that like kind of comedic, like, oh, this is really serious, but now let's fucking crack a joke also.
yeah.
And, I mean, I didn't really have a huge problem with the way they played out Ultron.
Dude, he did. He was like whining and stuff like that, freaking. Don't call. I'm not your son. Don't call. Or don't call me son or some bullshit like that. It's like, dude, no, that's not Ultron, man. Ultron is just a menacing dude who's hell bent on making the world a better place by getting rid of the biggest element that's causing the world problems, humans. And whatever.
Yeah, but again, those are things that we see in comics that don't play out in the movies. And as comic readers, you're never gonna see what happens on the comic book pages happen in a movie because
I understand
to condense the story and things get changed because this guy had an idea or this guy doesn't like something. So there's always going to be some shit that just does not align perfectly to the vision that you have in your mind for that particular character. Just because there's so much going on, there's so many moving parts, and a movie is only so long, you can't really, include everything, and there's so much backstory and shit that happens in comics. Well, what about tech stuff? What we got going on? Windows 10, Vic. I have not paid any attention to Windows 10, so tell me, why should I care?
Because it's the best operating system ever made. And that alone right there should tell you why you should care.
Okay, why?
My MacBook right now feels so archaic.
Tell me why. Tell me why. What's the big deal? I mean, 7 was obviously a big change. 8 was like a fucking let me punch myself in the dick. Did 9 come out? Or they skip 9? What?
Let me lay down what happened, Mike. Okay, I'm not going to go into the nomenclature why it's named 10 instead of 9 and stuff like that. But
damn, son, you're using them big words.
But you know what? We're just gonna go with 10 for now. It's the final version of Windows. So this is what it is, and then there's gonna be software updates and stuff like that available to everybody over the course of forever. And what 10 does, first of all, it takes the architecture of 8, the underlying architecture of 8, so all the performance boosts and stuff like that, it's more optimization on the top of that, so you get that great performance with 8 without the UI that came along with it that a lot of people just couldn't get a grasp of. And I will admit at times, at first I try to remain, blind, but it could become a bit of a drag, and 8.1 did fix a lot of that issues by being able to start directly into desktop and stuff, but it can still be a bit jarring going from full screen and back, and it's not a good experience.
It felt like I had hacked on a launcher onto my operating system that was not intended to be there anytime I used the modern UI and then bounced back into Windows. I was like, that's what it felt like. It felt hacky.
You know what? And Microsoft heard your complaints. So what they did, they went back to the drawing board, Mike, all right? And they're like, you know what? Mike, Nick, and all these millions of other people are just not liking what we did. So let's go ahead, take their feedback, and release a better operating system. That's what Microsoft does, man. Okay, they're not going to say, you know what, this is what it is, deal with it, adapt stuff. No, they listen to people, they go back, they adapt. And you got to respect them for that. So now what Windows 10 did is Windows 10, first of all, got rid of the whole start screen, and they introduced a reworked start menu, similar to 7, but taking some of the elements that we know and love from 8 and 8.1 in terms of live tiles and being able to have a nice customized start screen, or let's just say start menu, that you can actually still view all this kind of stuff on the side or get rid of it if you don't want it at all and go back to the traditional start menu. So you got options there. Microsoft's giving you the best of both worlds. And you got all your Windows 10 applications that you can pin on there, or your Windows desktop applications you can pin as your quick access, your quick view. and you can get your live tiles, live updates. Click on that, get these nice Windows 10 applications, which I'll go into a little bit later on that. And along with that, Mike, they also have a tablet mode. So you have like a 2-in-1 device or like a convertible device, like a Surface Pro. You can actually, detach your keyboard or flip it over, go into tablet mode, and it gives you the option, once again, not forcing you, to go into a tablet mode setting, which then it goes full screen for everything, which is handled very elegantly, designed for touch screen. So everything just launches full screen. No more going between the desktop and the small touch, the touch points. You just have that big, large touch point for everything, and it's brilliant. So once again, Microsoft is delivering you all these great options to customize Windows to work like you want it to work, Mike. Now, there's also the new Windows 10 applications coming out, so they're slowly trickling out. Twitter released the Windows 10 app and stuff like that, so some of the big guys are getting out there and getting it out. And Windows 10 applications work very well. So you launch it up, you launch it just like a standard desktop app, so you're not getting a jarring full screen Metro style anymore. It still just launches it up. You can resize it however you want. You can easily pin it to the size or stuff like that, or snap it, I should say, to the size and stuff, or just customize it, everything like that. And the apps are beautiful, so they're great features, perform really well. It's just what Microsoft.
Let me ask you. So, they made a huge thing about, I think it was Windows 8, as far as the full screen apps and the modern UI apps, and they had their own store and all that stuff. Very similar to like Windows Phone. It looked very Windows Phone-y. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So is that architecture different now for Windows 10? So are all those developers needing to go back and rewrite their apps to be functional on Windows 10?
Oh, no, your old apps, your old 8.x apps can still work on Windows 10. They still work perfectly fine. Microsoft also was smart because they know that you had the Charms menu, which is gone now in Windows 10. So it's actually been replaced with like a notification menu, which is really cool. But
they got rid of the little side swipey charm thingy?
Yeah, yep. It's like a notification now if you do this. It just shows all your notifications. But basically, they added like a button towards the top that you can click on to bring down the charms, a pseudo charms menu, so you can actually still do all those features on the old apps. And of course, then when developers upgrade their apps to be Windows 10 compatible, there's a new UX, that they got a new UX they got to form. So the UI is going to be a little bit different because since you don't have charms anymore, you got to have just like an iOS app or Android app back buttons and stuff like that to kind of navigate through, and your menu button and everything like that. So no more of those hidden things, which is kind of a pain with Windows 8 for a lot of people because if you didn't know where to find stuff, swiping down or swiping from the side and stuff like that could be a bit of a pain with all those hidden gestures and hidden menus. So everything's just kind of laid out there now, like you would expect in most traditional applications.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then, of course, too, Windows 10 apps targets like multiple platforms. So if you develop a Windows 10 app, I can easily have it target, phone, tablet, all that kind of good stuff, desktop.
Yeah, but they've been saying that's forever, man. I don't. That.
No. Before it wasn't. It's nothing like this.
Okay, so can you name me one app that's the same on both platforms?
Not with Windows 8. Not before. Like they were moving towards that, but this is now what it is because they all operate off of Windows 10 Core. So they all have access to these core frameworks, these core classes and stuff like that across Windows 10, and then for different versions like IoT or Windows Phone or tablet or desktop or whatever, then they're just different things, different things you can access for those different platforms. But the core, your core framework is all there. So it's actually a lot simpler to develop an application across multiple platforms now.
Gotcha.
And then, Mike, last thing, man, biggest thing,
okay.
not biggest, but one of the greatest things you got Cortana. So digital assistants, beautiful, voice recognition works excellent. You can easily set up reminders, all that kind of stuff, easily search stuff. Cortana's brilliant, dude, and it's just like, wow, the things he did with Cortana is amazing. It's like the best digital assistant ever. So it's like a mix of Siri and Google Now combined. It's like the love child of the two. And you got Cortana, the best of both worlds. And the additional features like being able to easily snap, you got shortcuts to snap your applications and stuff like that, side-by-side view, corner views, all that kind of good stuff, and virtual desktop. So if you're familiar with that from Linux or Mac OS X, you got that now available in Windows.
So when you say it's the best digital assistant, like what Give me an example. Like, okay, so here's kind of how I break down Siri versus Google Now. Um, Siri is really good at on-device things like open this app, um, find this contact, set this reminder, give me this calendar entry, that sort of stuff. Google is significantly better at Google Now is significantly better at, of course, Google searches. How much water or how many cups are in a gallon. Who's the guy that's in Mission Impossible? Like like for doing searching, and then of course the proactive stuff like, hey motherfucker, this is in your calendar. Here's your airline ticket information. Shit like that. Google Now just handles that significantly better than Siri does. So what does Cortana do in that realm that's better than the two of them?
It's like you get the best of both. So Cortana does all the on device stuff. So I could easily be like, yo, Cortana, set up a reminder to tell Nick Ball to suck my dick at 5 p.m. or something like that. So you can do all the crazy stuff. Then
that's just really mean, I mean,
I need somebody to suck it, man. All right, and nobody does it as good as Nick. All right.
Aren't you married?
Yeah, it still holds true.
Oh, oh man, that you should have had that shit worked out before you said I do, man. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's part of the clause she signed. But then also too, you got all the great.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she signed papers. I mean, I was like, look, like Nick's just better. So
most people have a prenup. Fucking Vic has a blowjob contract.
I have a Nick nut. But all right. So anyways, all right.
Oh man.
But Cortana really just puts the personal and personal digital assistants. I mean, she does all the stuff you do. For
I'm not even comfortable talking about personal assistants anymore at this point.
Cortana, will you please give me a blowjob?
Oh man. All right, but as I said, man, yes, and you can do all like the online stuff like Google and stuff like that with Cortana. You can be like, hey Cortana, what's a good movie in my area, or what's a good movie, going on right now, or something. You get like crazy stuff like that, dude. It's just like, it's like a real assistant. Like if I call up and say, hey, just what can I go and do down in San Francisco today? Hey Cortana, like, hey, here's what you can do. He's like, what? No way. Girl, all right.
Does it pull information from any email that you have,
yeah, you can
sign
set it
into
up to do that?
within Outlook, or how's that work?
I think it's like your Outlook, Windows Mail or something like that. I gotta go back and look through the settings. I'm not on my Windows computer right now, but you can set her up to look through your stuff, or you can turn it off. I know some people are crazy, don't like that privacy invasion.
Does she ever call you Master Chief?
You can have her call you Master Chief if you want.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so she'll do whatever you want, my friend.
So what does Windows 10 cost?
It's absolutely free for anybody that has Windows 7 or Windows 8 currently.
Nice, and it's just a digital download now, right? No more weird fucking CDs that you go buy in a giant box from Best Buy.
That hasn't been the case since 8, dude.
Well, it's Windows, so I stopped paying the fucking attention.
Download.
I haven't touched an actual regular computer for a couple of years.
Upgrade, man.
I get by, man. I get by on my Chromebook and my iPad. I'm fucking old now. I don't do shit. I literally browse the web. I do this podcast from Google Hangouts, and then there's a web tool I use to upload it and download it and all that shit. It's.
But you need Cortana in your life, man. All right, she can do things.
I don't know if I need to overcomplicate things. I rarely pick up my laptop anymore, to be honest with you.
You don't even have to pick it up. You just be like, hey, Cortana. And she'll be like, yes, Mike.
But that's the thing. Like, if I get a laptop, I want to get like a nice laptop, and there's no nice Windows hardware that's nice.
Yeah, there is. Microsoft Surface, dude. Get a Surface 3, dude. You don't need. If all you're doing is the web and stuff like that, just get the new Surface 3.
Yeah, what does that cost? $1,200?
The Surface 3, not the Surface Pro 3.
If I'm gonna the Surface 3. Okay.
Dude, the
Surface 3's got what? The Windows 10, and it's what, $499 or something?
yeah, dude, it's dirt cheap.
All right, but it's a full computer. Like I could plug some
No, yeah, it's
motherfucking shit
Atom.
into it.
It's an Intel Atom processor, so it's
Like, can I put iTunes on it?
yeah. It's x86, dude. So
I don't know why I
you can
asked that. I'd never install iTunes, but
Well, you can if you want, Mike.
I can if I want. All right, I'm glad the option is there.
Desktop. So yeah,
All
go
right.
grab that, dude, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love it, dude.
Maybe I'll pick that up.
Go to Best Buy today, man. Right after this podcast.
It's closed right now, Vic. It's 10
Oh,
o'clock.
I forgot you're not, the Pacific Coast.
Yeah, I don't live in fucking California where Best Buy stays open 24 hours a day for all you fucking nerds. Hey guys, I need some more RAM.
Hey.
That's what you go to Fry's for.
Can you show me where your
So you go to
water cooled PCs are?
Well, technically, dude, to be honest,
I gotta play League of Legends with
dude,
the
these are
boys.
these are the true nerds here in California, dude. We don't go to freaking Best Buy. We just buy it online for dirt cheap. Why would we go to Best Buy and pay that markup?
No, that's true. And here I am making fun of nerds, but as soon as we get done with this podcast, I'm gonna go fucking play Elder Scrolls for like 4 hours.
As long as you get a Surface Pro, dude. Now look at this. Look at this, dude. You can play all your games again. I mean, it's not gonna be that great.
Oh shit! I could probably play Star Wars, right?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, you technically should be able to. Yeah, you can actually run most games because
I don't care.
It's not at high resolutions or anything like that, but you should be able to run most games. Get
that's cool.
Path of Exile, man. Free
So what now?
Path of Exile. It's like have you played
Is that like a chicken dish or something?
Have you ever played Diablo?
No. I know what it is, but I've never played it.
It's kind of like Diablo's first.
I never really got into PC games, to be honest with you. I mean, the only PC game I've really played, obviously, growing up, you played Doom and like Wolfenstein and that kind of thing. But I played Star Wars, and that's about it. I was always a console jockey. All right. So that's it for Nick. Have you played with Windows 10? Have you checked out Windows 10?
No.
What are you running, Nick?
What do you mean?
Got some Nikes or something, right?
7.
Dude, upgrade that shit now, man. Unbelievable.
Vic, you have to remember that now I'm part of the corporate IT machine, and it's my role as a system administrator for a large medical company to
using your work
maintain, compliance and working and not dealing with, well, how come this doesn't work with this now? I ain't got time for that.
Nick,
I'm the asshole who makes all of our computers run a 5-year-old operating system.
Dude, man, why do you do that?
Because it works.
I know. It's just like, sometimes you got to take the chance, Nick.
I mean, on like maybe like on my computer at my desk, I might dabble. I might maybe put 8 on it, or maybe I'll put.
Don't put 8, dude. For the love of God, there's 10 now. Just dabble with 10 and see how that works.
But what's the point? I got so many other things going on.
Because it's so much better, Nick. And
definitely don't put 8, man. 8 was like.
You just skip 8, yeah.
It's so fucking horrible. So why they skip 9?
Dude, I told you we're not gonna get into nomenclature. Just too much time, dude. Too much time.
Okay.
To explain why. Technically, I think Windows 8.1 is 9.
All right. So how about this? This is it was played out like this huge giant announcement, and maybe it is, but maybe it isn't because I just don't give a fuck. Google kind of reorganized itself, and Larry Page, the current CEO, is no longer the CEO of Google, and this other dude,
that title's been passed to Nick Ball.
Sanjay Nadella, whatever his name is, he was in charge of a bunch of shit. He's now the CEO of Google, which is owned by a newer, larger, a subsidiary of a new mother, father, big brother company called Alphabet. Any of you guys tell me what the fuck this is about?
I think it's basically the idea is around that they could have. I mean, I'm not a financial guy, so I'm just kind of going off what I read online. But I think the reason they did this is because now all the side projects stuff that have been involved with Google, they can spin off under Alphabet and stuff like that without having to actually affect Google or something like that. Or I don't know. The stack is all under Alphabet. I think it's just so that if something fucks up, it's not as bad anymore.
I got you. So it lets them be a little fast and loose because Google's always kind of had like subsections within Google that were ran, from what we've read, obviously I've never worked for Google, so I can't say like with firsthand experience, but that they treated a lot of their like departments as startups,
Mm-hmm.
like individual companies within the company, and now Alphabet really lets them do that. I just don't understand, maybe because I'm a fucking idiot, why they needed to do another company because.
I think it's all just stock.
Is it okay?
Influencing their
Is
stock and stuff like that.
financial
So that
logistics?
yeah,
That
it's fine.
okay.
It's just that I think they could do more things now without having everything under Google, so it doesn't really screw up Google. Because now they're like, you have this subsidiary, and stuff like that. I once again, I'm not a financial guy, and I don't work on Wall Street.
Yeah, you just have lots of money in a
That's where you
helicopter,
hire
so like
people
you
to do
don't
that
really have
kind of
to
stuff
worry.
for
Yeah,
you.
you got a guy. That's your thing. You got
That's
a
how you
guy.
do it. You get a guy to do it for you.
Get a
Don't
guy.
worry about that shit. Nick Ball knows what I'm talking about.
That's his actual name is Nick Baller.
It is.
Right.
Nick Ball.
Oh
Is.
shit! I know this totally has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I've been watching Ballers on HBO,
That's
and
terrible show.
it's awesome. I love it. I love The Rock.
The Brink is
Anyway,
great.
what is?
The Brink. It's on after Ballers.
Oh, well, I just signed up for HBO Now like 3 days ago, so I'm gonna get caught up on like Game of Thrones and True Detective and all that shit.
Cool.
Nick, you got anything to add to Alphabet? Because like I said, I don't understand any of this shit.
No, it just looked like they were just. I don't know. It looks to me like they might be trying to protect assets and diversify across and maybe get things under an umbrella. But that way, then when they go into cars, they'll be able to make that a separate company and kind of take things from being under Google and put them under Alphabet instead, which then protects Google from its stuff. It might even let them buffer government intrusion stuff. They're dealing with the government at Google. They can separate their companies out, and the government can't just be like they don't have access to everything. So I felt like it was really a move to separate all these companies for their reasons. I don't know what they are, but I mean that was really all they were doing was just.
Yeah, here's what everything they separated. They separated from Google was Coleco, Google X, Fiber, Google Ventures, Google Capital, and Nest. So all Google has now is Android.
It seems like this is one of those things. This is one of those things where like we might not fully understand what they're doing now, but then in like 5 years.
No, I mean I think some people fully understand what they're doing.
We're
just
gonna be like, this makes a lot more sense. Yeah, we're just dumb.
We don't have intellect in this area that they're of what they're doing. There are people who understand.
Obviously, Vic. I mean, somebody's fucking decided to do it. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people outside the company.
Again, I don't know, man. We watched how Windows has done some, Microsoft has done some stuff. Like, they got some smart people working. No, you bunch of dumb motherfuckers. What do you got? Hamsters running that bitch?
Microsoft? Don't do it.
Well, Microsoft
has made a great turnaround, stuff like that. Do record revenues and profits and stuff like that, and it's not even coming it's not even coming mostly from Windows anymore. They diversified.
The Microsoft was they had a one man who rules it all company, and Ballmer was just kind of a fucking idiot about running the business. I mean, he was great at like what he did, but like he just wasn't like a new idea guy.
Yeah, he seemed like the kind of guy that like you would send in to get a deal done.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as being like an innovator and creative thinker, he was not. But it was like, okay, I need you to go knock this wall down, and he would totally crash through that wall in the first try, and do it really, really well, and not really even make a mess. But when it came to rebuilding that wall or building a new wall, he would be like, I don't know what the fuck a brick and mortar is. I'm out.
Yeah, he was the one that laughed. He's one of the people that laughed at the iPhone too. So that shows that he just wasn't that forward a thinker as the guy is. Yeah.
So what else we got? Samsung just announced a bunch of shit. We don't really have to go too far into it, but Note 5 and Galaxy S. This is the longest fucking name in history. Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. Samsung Galaxy
No, I think the Galaxy S2 from
Plus.
Sprint still has the longest name from
That's
Samsung.
five names. What was the Galaxy S2 on Sprint? It was like the something or other fucking keyboard.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up.
So bad.
Samsung
But
Galaxy S2 Epic Touch 4G.
Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic Touch 4G. Okay, so yeah, it's got it by one word. Which really isn't fair though, because in that time everybody was throwing 4G on the name of their phone. So, we could throw, Galaxy S6 Edge plus 4G now, and it's, you know what I mean? But anyway.
Still, it's the actual.
Yeah, no, you're right. It still beats it. But, yeah, so the Note 5, Galaxy S6 Plus, Samsung Pay they announced where the, kind of tap and go. I don't know, like, I just, what do you guys think? And I don't want to turn this into like a fucking Android versus iPhone thing. But I feel like lately a lot of Android manufacturers are just having a really hard time. I mean, LG has kind of come up a little bit. HTC has just fallen flat on their face. Samsung even lost a lot of revenue and just total shipment units with the S6 and the S6 Edge. And you're seeing a lot of these like small companies kind of rise up, like Huawei, what the OnePlus, shit like that. What do you guys think's going on? Like, is eventually there's just going to be too much and it's going to kind of fade away, or is this just kind of the ebb and flow of how business works, and they'll be back on the top here pretty soon?
I don't
Nick?
know, man. I don't know.
I'm surprised, Nick. I thought this would be Nick's forte. I guess. I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of them. I mean, because the problem with Android, I think right now, is a lot of Android manufacturers aren't really competing against the iPhone per se. It's more, seems like they're more competing against other Android right now. So it's like you got these group of people who are going to buy Android. So now you got all those people split up between all these different things. It's just kind of screwing them over. And also too, all these different devices. It's like you got like Samsung HTC keeps saying, hey, we're going to reduce the number of devices that we bring out, every year, and then every time they bring out just as many, it seems. So it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like a race to the bottom, and then you got just a crap ton. Like Samsung has like all these different like low-end versions of the Galaxy S6 that they sell in prepaid and all this kind of stuff. And it's that T-Mobile, I think, released 2 new Samsung devices, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah, Core Prime and Grand Prime.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that Samsung makes more money on those phones than they do their high-end phones typically because of the overhead.
Is it more actual profit or more revenue?
I'm sorry, more profit. I'm sorry, not
But
revenue.
how about this? How about the fact that Verizon is changing their contract policy, taking away phone subsidized?
I think we all saw that coming. I mean, T-Mobile started that.
What can happen here is that Android devices could then push further and expand their market share by being less expensive than the iPhone.
Not necessarily.
Well, the other thing I thought along the same lines is because I think Android's big problem right now, and it has been for a while, is there's so many high-end phones from so many manufacturers that unless you really have a loyalty to a particular brand, like Samsung does a Galaxy S6, then they do a S6 Edge, and then they do a Note, now they're doing a 6 Plus, and then HTC does their phone, then LG does their phone, and then, here's OnePlus. You got all these high-end phones that come out in 1 year, but most people are only buying, one phone a year. Now with things like Verizon's Edge and and that's like nerdy people. Most normal people will hold on to their phone for a long time. And T-Mobile just did this jump on demand. Sprint is doing a new lease thing where you can get a new phone every year. So I think what's happening is that the carriers are giving people the ability to upgrade more often, which might help Android manufacturers in the long run because you'll be able to hop from phone to phone a lot.
Verizon.
Well, I don't know. Even in Verizon, you might be
No,
able to
the
do that
Edge
with.
plan still sucks. Like, it's still hard at.
But instead of being locked into a particular contract and waiting 2 years, because I think that was the
the Edge. They always
that's-
had the Edge, which never required a contract. Since like AT&T got their next plan, Verizon had their Edge, so they always had that for a while. They're just eliminating the contract option now.
Right, but I think you're going to see that trend of we don't really ever own our phones anymore. We're just kind of borrowing them, and in that terms, we can get more phones a year than we've ever been able to get before. Like I can't remember the last time I've actually sold a phone on eBay, whereas that was like my bread and butter. I'd buy a phone, I'd use it for 6 months, I'd throw that bitch on eBay or Swappa, I'd spend maybe another 100 or 200 and buy the new phone and rinse and repeat. And I just did that for years and years since 2003. That's what I did, how I got my phones. But in the last year, I've just jumped my phone through my carrier. I've purchased my phone through my carrier, which is fucking insane to think, but it's easier, and I don't really spend any more money than I normally would. So it's easier to buy phones now than it has been. So I think that might potentially help Android manufacturers kind of catch back up. Because the thing is with the iPhone is like it's a known thing. You can bet on it. You know what you're going to get for the most part. Yeah, they're going to have new features. They're going to have this and that, things that we don't necessarily know about. But I know every September I'm going to be able to buy a new iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't necessarily say that with Android because it's like unless you're loyal to a particular line of phone or brand, like I said, even Samsung. Let's say I'm loyal to Samsung. Well, fuck, I got four flagship phones that have come out in the last 6 months of each other now. So how do I choose? And I think that's part of the problem is paralysis by choice. There's just so much choice that people end up, and that's what happened to me. I was just like, fuck it, I'm tired of fucking trying to think about shit. I'm just gonna buy an iPhone because I'll be able to just have a new iPhone once a year and not have to deal with trying to figure out which one has the latest operating system or okay, Samsung's Note 5 came out and it's fucking gorgeous and it's awesome and it feels really good. Oh, but now here's the Nexus 6 and the new Nexus 6 has the latest operating system. So now I got to get that or else I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a big problem with Android for us, our types of people. I think normals, they don't give a fuck. They just buy whatever.
Yeah.
Nah.
Meh. Meh. No, it's definitely true, man. It's just, yeah.
Which is sad. I mean, I think because Android has gotten really, really good right now. I mean, Lollipop is really nice looking and it's smooth.
How many devices have Lollipop now?
Yeah, like 4%. No, just 4 in the entire world.
But no, man. Hopefully Android start. I'm glad that Google and them and even the manufacturers are starting to put more things at the store and stuff like that to get around the carrier bullshit when it comes to updating.
Yeah, and I think Google is moving to an annual release instead of doing like what they were, where it was like every 6 months they had a new version, or like Lollipop was around for a year now, almost a year. But, and of course 5.1 added like this little menu or something like that, so nothing huge, but
still, even then, it's not like a major release because a .x is by definition not a major release.
That's what I'm saying. For the last year, 5 has been the number, and it's stuck that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought they always did that, though. I thought
remember 4 was like 4.1, and then 4.3 was like a whole new thing. It was like a whole new operating system, even though it was a point release. They had a whole new name and everything. It was like Google's been kind of all over the map.
That was the same UI as 4, just that they added didn't just add like hardware acceleration. Oh, maybe that was 4.1. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a big change, but I think it was 4.1 and 4.2 were like basically the same with minor upgrades, and then 4.3 was what was before Lollipop? KitKat. Yeah, I think 4.3 was KitKat.
Did they actually change the UI on KitKat?
A little bit. That's when they swapped to the bar at the bottom was a little bit different. They cleaned up notifications a little bit.
Okay.
Wasn't a huge thing. I think that's when the Nexus tablet first came out, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. The new Nexus 7 was released around that time. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? Anything else you guys want to talk about that happened this week, this month, this year?
Ooh, crap. Mm.
Oh, I guess we can do like iPhone predictions because the iPhone event is. Well, I guess we can say that for when it gets closer. Because what was it? September?
It doesn't hurt to do. It doesn't
Well,
hurt
how
to
about we do this? How about we do this? We all have iPhones. What do you want to see in the next version of the iPhone? What will really make you? Obviously, we all want to upgrade, except Nick.
No, I can't wait.
You can't. Okay, so tell me what
That's
are you
really
looking?
Nick Ball wanting to upgrade? No way.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 years, right?
Yeah. Okay. What are you rocking right now?
The 5S.
Ew.
Okay.
Ew. Jesus.
So
What carrier
old.
are you on?
So small.
Verizon.
Right. Well, okay. At least you're forced to go to Edge now, so you can at least get a new phone every year.
So what are you looking forward to, or what features do you want to see in the new iPhone, Nick?
Bigger. Wait, that'll be there. That's just it. Like, so I don't really care. I don't care at all. But what I think is important is people need to stop fucking getting a new iPhone every year. You let them come out with like their new, like, oh, we reinvented the whole fucking phone, and then the year after that is when you get the phone, because it's like, yeah, we reinvented it last year and this year we made it better. You know?
Right.
So always get the S. Don't ever get the regular.
Well,
But
no,
see,
it doesn't
to me,
matter
it's-
now because we can upgrade. You know, once again, we were just talking about this, Nick. You got
I know
Edge,
we were, but I'm
Next.
telling you, don't do that shit. Don't waste your fucking money, people.
But
It's
you're
a
not
waste of
spending
money.
any more money though.
I mean, theoretically, dude, you can just
Unless you buy the phone full price and you don't have whatever, whether you have a payment plan or whether you're doing some kind of lease plan or whatever weirdness your carrier has. If you're not spending 20 some odd dollars for a device and you buy your phone full, that's fine. But if you are leasing a phone or financing a phone or paying for your phone on your phone bill, and you have some type of program in place to let you upgrade, you actually you're wasting money if you don't do it.
It depends if you're paying for that feature.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
But
saying.
now they're free. Now they're usually free though. Like T-Mobile's free now, and then that Edge double demand, and that Next is just standard, and Edge is just standard. So I don't think you're paying anything for those now. So it's technically
yeah, but if the option is there,
still,
like, okay, there's no downside. Like if you're leasing your phone and you can upgrade twice a year or 3 times a year or whatever, even once a year, and it's not going to cost you any more than what you're paying, then why wouldn't you do it?
Now I am going to provide the counter arguments, though I believe they're BS. The reason is because you are extending your lease for that time, so you technically are paying more over the course of that. So now they added another, like, I just started 24 months or whatever it is from that day. So
right. Well, the idea is
and if you want more, if you want like a bigger memory. Well, hold on, listen. And if you get like a big, let's say for example, you get like a 64 gigabyte iPhone. Technically, you still have to pay, like, let's say through T-Mobile, $100 to get that new phone when you go in there, anyways.
You know what? That's my gripe.
But Nick, that's if you're getting the highest one. Just get a 32 gigabyte one, man.
But they make these fucking iPhones too goddamn tiny.
Well, they're supposed to go up to 32 gigs now, dude.
I know, but they shouldn't. They should fucking
32 gigs.
Put a fucking SD card slot in this bitch.
You mean 32 gig is the base?
That's supposed to be. That's a rumor.
It's supposed to be, because I got the 16 when I got the 5S.
Oh no!
Oh, see, so what? He gets as small as one anyways.
When I got my 6 Plus, I got a 16 gig, and like 3 days later, it was already full. I had to fucking eat a $50 recycle fee and get the 64. Same thing. Aaron's got a 16, and they have that slow motion video feature on the iPhone. Holy shit, man! You take a 30-second clip, and it's like 500 megabytes.
my phone will stop recording in slow mo after about 12 seconds.
Yeah. It's so yeah. Anyway, so okay, what are you looking forward to? So larger size.
Nick, yeah. What do you want, Nick?
I mean, I'm looking forward to getting the bigger phone.
Okay. Are you going with the standard bigger phone?
Yeah, I don't want the ginormous one.
You're not going with the Plus.
I don't think, and I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows what they're going to announce, right?
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah.
And and faster.
Yeah.
You're looking for bigger, faster, stronger. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, iPhone's pretty fast right now.
I know, but I want it even faster.
Yeah, I'm on iOS 9, the beta, and like, it's so funny because people are like, "No, don't run the beta. It's so janky." And you read it like the forums, and they're like, "Battery life sucks." You motherfuckers have never used an Android phone, have you? Because when you're used to flashing ROMs and like to me, like, you know what's not a daily driver is when you can't open your camera application, or
Yes.
just this whole, like, Bluetooth does not work, Wi-Fi does not work. These are things that make it not a daily driver. The fact that you get a little bit less battery life and that apps might just close every once in a while, that's kind of fine.
At least Apple's smart enough to disable, partially disable people getting reviews on iOS 9.
They just did that.
That pissed me off. I was over here reading, dude gave like a 1-star. Oh, this app crashes on iOS 9 beta. It's like, are you fucking kidding?
That's and my thing.
I would have punched you through the screen right now.
My problem with that is, like, all right, like, if you're doing the public beta, that's a little bit more understandable. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go try and get this new software, and you can easily do that. But before they did the public beta, you know, you had to have a developer account or somebody hook you up, or, you know, you went out and sought to buy a UDID unlocker or whatever the fuck they call it, so to where you, or add your UDID to a developer account. Like, you had to take steps to get iOS 9 on your phone. So you had to know that that shit wasn't supposed to be on your phone at that time. And they're still complaining about apps.
No, but even with the public beta, the developers aren't required. I don't know for sure if they can even fully submit iOS 9.
No, they can't yet.
Yeah, so it's not like they can't really do much about it.
And that's my thing, though. Like, they kind of shot themselves in the foot by allowing a public beta and allowing people on a public beta to write reviews.
They did fix it partially, though. But
yeah, from day one, if you're on a beta, they should not allow you to write reviews.
Yep.
And I think the same thing for Android phone. If your phone is rooted, you should not be allowed to write reviews.
Yep.
Because it's, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a fucking don't root your phone like purist, because I love rooting my phone. It's the shit. But at the same time, shit might not work right, and that's not the app developer's fault. And that really, you know, these guys put a lot of time and a lot of effort, some of them, into these applications, and that's where they make their money. That's where they make a lot of their living. And here you are fucking giving them 1 star because you don't understand how your own phone works because you're a dumbass. It makes me want to punch somebody in the throat.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not even a developer. It gets me mad. All right, Vic, what are you looking forward to in the new iPhone? What features do you want?
Let's see the main feature. Hopefully they fix Apple Music, or excuse me, Apple's Music app. So that needs to get a little bit better. 'Cause I'm getting sick of it randomly playing shit. Like, literally, I would, you know, turn off my car, get out, come back, and then all of a sudden it'll start playing like just a random song on my list, and that starts for my playlist again. It's like, what the fuck?
It does that because are you on iOS 9 or no?
No, I'm on 8.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, so it gets on my nerves, and it's just like they gotta code that better, man. And then the biggest thing is I want RAM. I want more RAM. So supposedly it's supposed to be going to 2 gigs, which
you want to get
hopefully
RAM?
fixes the issue with more RAM.
You want to get rammed? Okay, I gotcha.
No, I want more memory.
No,
memory.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, whatever.
Okay, well,
That's
no,
your
other than that,
prerogative,
more memory, more RAM, RAM, random access memory on my device, because I'm getting sick of freaking like going to Safari and then going back to the app, and the app has to refresh, and then most people don't know how to, and a lot of app developers don't take time to actually code it so they can properly refresh your page back to where you were, so you have to start all over again and stuff. Or even in Safari, having multiple tabs up, and you go between tabs and just, it craps out. It's just bullshit, man. Websites aren't able to load because you don't have enough memory. It's all bullshit. So I don't know what the fuck they did with 1 gig, why they thought it was a fucking brilliant idea, because it was the most stupid-ass idea ever, and I hate it, and it makes me sometimes want to throw my fucking iPhone against the wall.
That has gotten a lot better, just because, you know, I haven't permanently used iPhones in a long time. Like, I always try it, and then I get bored, and I always end up back on Android. But I've had the 6 Plus now since February, and it's probably the phone that I've had the longest in, I don't know, 3-4 years. And that was one thing that I hated about using the iPhone, was like I was almost afraid to leave an application to do anything and then go back to the application because I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
For multitask. No, iOS 7 was perfect, man. Okay, iOS 7, I could have multiple tabs open in Safari, go to another app and stuff like that. Go back to Safari, do something, go back to that app, and still be able to do what I want to do. Since iOS 8 came, and I don't know if it has a bigger memory footprint, it needs more RAM to run or something. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it crapped out with 8. When the moment I upgraded 8, I'm like, damn, this sucks. This fucking sucks. So I'm hoping the 2 gig fixes that, and maybe better optimization than 9, because I hear that the iPad Air still has that issue. But whatever, we'll see.
All right, some more RAM. Let's see, what am I looking forward to? I've been reading a lot of rumors about like Force Touch kind of stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that we ditch the physical home button and we get like a smaller footprint of a device, but with the same size screen somehow, or
That
like
work Force Touch though.
I don't know, like maybe just do like a touch panel or some kind, where the button's not a physical button, it's just a touch panel, and maybe the panel at the bottom could be a little bit smaller, or maybe it could be located right on the screen. I don't know. I just want them to do some magic with Force Touch.
Touch is coming, so it's basically just going to be like, the BlackBerry Storm.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Was I keep hearing all this stuff about the new MacBook and how dope it tricks your brain into thinking you're actually clicking, and the Storm was cool. I really liked the whole click click click. It definitely, like, looking back, it
Storm
felt.
2, you mean?
No, I like the original Storm.
The original Storm. That's what we had.
The original Storm was the fucking worst, dude.
No, it was
I
great.
liked it.
I love that.
I liked it.
was
I really
beautiful.
did enjoy it. I thought it was a really
You could not accurately
and
click on anything, dude, with that one place.
No, it works fine.
Like,
And
that is not true. You remember
you-
at CES, you remember I was a fucking wizard on that device.
Dude, I could type like a beast on that thing. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the other thing that I liked was that it gave you a right-click functionality, because you had a tap on the screen and then you had a click on the screen, and the tap obviously would tap, but a
Right.
click would give you like a right click. And think about all the implications and how you could do that with an iPhone and all
And
that
you
stuff.
have to remember that we always had right click on smartphones until Apple came in.
Man, I used to work at Verizon. That phone was the fucking worst, man.
That phone was the best. I had that phone for
You know how much that
2.5
phone
years.
came back for just hardware issues and
Oh no,
bullshit.
I'm not.
It was a giant
I'm
piece
not.
of horse
I'm not
shit.
doubting the failure rate on the phone. There was a lot of shit going on. They rushed it out to try and compete with the iPhone, but I enjoyed mine, and
It was great.
I when I got rid of it, it wasn't because, oh, this is a piece of shit. It was okay. Here's something new, and ooh, piece of candy, and I have to get it because it's new, which is half the reason I trade my phones in anyway. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the integration of Force Touch and seeing what Apple will do, because it seems like it's been a while since we've had any really cool new hardware features. And you guys probably don't remember because it's been years, but I wrote a blog post on our website a while ago about how hardware is so boring now, and I used like different pictures and shit from all the different types of hardware from back in the day, like Windows Phone.
Yeah,
And
I remember
how
that.
they had like all these different cool fucking hardware. You had slide-up keyboards, and kind of like Android in the beginning days. You had all these really cool hardware ideas, and it's just kind of just now it's all a square with a screen. And Force Touch, yeah, it's not really changing like the look and the overall like the hardware itself is not necessarily something completely different. But Force Touch would allow for some really cool stuff in hardware and in software, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. God, that's really I can't really think of anything else that I want. I'm
memory?
really I don't have a problem with the memory. It's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna argue for more. I'm not gonna say no, 1 gig's fine. I'm a fucking idiot. You put more in it, I'm gonna be happy. I guess I'm ready for Apple to fucking have a little thing and show me what I want.
Apple Watch 2.0.
Yeah, I do. I have not gotten to play with an Apple Watch yet. So
New Apple TV is supposed to be coming out too.
definitely. Yeah, new Apple TV.
I heard they're abandoning their whole TV
No,
Yeah,
I mean the
yeah,
actual an actual Apple physical TV, like an actual.
No, I heard. No, what I read was that they're abandoning their own TV service.
yeah. They were planning on coming out with
Oh yeah.
like a whole different type of platform with apps and all that stuff, and it's not ready, so they're not going to do it yet.
Wait, what? No, I thought Nick was talking about the actual TV like service, like
No,
subscribe.
no, no, no. Their TV platform, like the Apple
Oh,
not
so that's
not
actually the
not
one I was
Apple
actually
not
excited
Apple
about.
Television.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the TV service where you can subscribe to them and get like channels and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about an actual like app store for the new Apple TV.
No, it's just I think the architecture is supposed to be different.
Well, hopefully they have an app store. That's all I really want.
Okay.
That would be cool. I would like an Apple TV app store.
Yeah, that way you can have like Amazon Instant on video on there. So do
Oh,
they
I
have
would like to
Amazon?
see AirPlay work a little bit better. It's kind of janky.
You know what though? My Amazon Fire Stick had I downloaded the AirPlay app for that. That works phenomenal.
There's an AirPlay app for that?
Fuck yeah!
Holy crap! I gotta check to see if there's an AirPlay app on my fucking Shield TV.
I mean, it's just like this is championship. I don't know why anybody gets an Apple TV. It's the dumbest fucking thing to get.
Well, that's the only reason would be for fucking AirPlay. But if I could get AirPlay on my Shield TV and the Apple TV's fucking work.
Yeah, that's the only reason I keep Apple TVs is, well, one, the UI is really basic and easy, and AirPlay. I really like AirPlay.
Let me
Then I
see.
guess if you buy shit off iTunes, like movies.
And
Well,
I do,
I
yeah,
guess
and
I
I
will
do
just-
buy shit off iTunes. All
Why
my
do you
movies.
do that, Mike? Just buy it off Amazon.
We have this conversation at least once a month.
Okay, well, why are you still buying them off iTunes? It doesn't make any
Because I'm in my 30s and I'm old, and that's just where I buy them.
No, your main reason before was because Android didn't have an app to watch it, but you're on iOS now. So
Yes. So okay. Yeah. So here, this is why. The phone that's in my pocket. Can I watch my movies? Yes. The tablet. Can I watch my movies and TV shows? Yes. Can I watch them on my TV easily? Yes.
So you're describing Amazon at this point. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
So,
Right. But Amazon didn't have all of these options.
Yeah, they did.
Not
did.
originally. No,
Yeah,
they
they
didn't.
Android, that's why. But if you had iOS, they always had these options.
No, they just released
No.
the tablet app where you could watch your purchase things from Amazon Video like 6 months
Tablet?
ago.
Android tablet?
No, iPhone.
No, they did. They always
iOS.
had the iPhone app. What the hell are you talking about? I've been watching fucking stuff on my iPad for like God knows
That's
knows
true.
how
That's
long.
true. So all right, we gotta end this show, dude. I gotta go.
All right, well.
All right,
Nick,
let's
what's
do-
your gotta have it?
There we go.
My guru gotta have it is AirBuddy for the Amazon Fire Stick. It allows you, and buy the full upgrade
Who
version.
has a Fire Stick? That's like the most useless guru gotta have it ever, man.
Well, it's so you can do AirPlay on your. I thought this is what we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm confused. You were really excited when he said you could AirPlay to a Fire Stick, and now you're talking shit about the Fire Stick.
Anyways, AirBuddy is the name of the app. Get the full version. It's only $1, but it works fantastically. I've used it for hours at a time. And it even does like when you're doing songs and shit. It puts album art up and everything. It does a really good job.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Vic, what you got for us, buddy?
Yeah. Well, my guru gotta have it is going to be NVIDIA Shield TV. It's a pretty cool device. Works pretty well. You can easily stream all your games most of your games from your computer to your TV. So it's fucking no, fuck that. Windows 10, best OS ever. You can actually stream your Xbox games to your Windows computer as well too. So you get that the Xbox One games. You get that ability. Great for gaming. Great for productivity. Great for watching porn. It's great for everything, man. Windows 10, get it.
Word. Mine's not anything revolutionary, but I've been using it a lot lately. Is Outlook for iOS.
Welcome to like 6 months ago, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm late to the party, but I like it a lot. It's really nice. I like the integration with files quite a bit. I get for my job, I get a fuck ton of just bullshit Excel sheets that I have to keep and edit and highlight and send out and things like that. And it's nice just to be able to have like I save them all to it creates a Google Docs folder, or I'm sorry, Google Drive folder called Outlook, so I can just dump everything into one folder, and I always can reference it and search for it and get to it later. And it ties in really nicely to Excel, which I think is still the best Excel, obviously, reader for mobile. Multiple accounts. My only one complaint is I wish I could tweak badges per account, as opposed to just like if I have 5 accounts, it shows me like 400 emails for all 5 accounts. I wish I could turn off badges for select accounts, because
I thought you could.
fuck, if you can tell me how, because that's the only complaint I have.
Tell me how, won't you tell me how to
Nick,
turn it off?
Your voice, man, turns people on. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, I just went from 6 to midnight. Yeah, because I get a lot of work email that I don't want to read at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's in settings, dude. If you go to settings and then you just click on the account settings, or excuse me, click on that account. So let's say if I click on Outlook.com, it says mail notifications, inbox all, inbox focus, or none.
Yeah, I want the notifications. I just don't want the badge.
Oh, the badge. Okay, my bad.
Yes.
Nah, go to advanced settings and it says suck a nut. Well,
yeah, it says badges, and you can turn it on for all, or you can turn it on for just focus. I don't want it at all.
Okay, so but do you honestly use the notifications, the notification pull down on iOS?
Yes.
I mean, who really does utilize that?
I use it all the time.
Well, you're one of the few.
Yeah, probably because I came from Android, so I'm used to swiping the screen and then
No, I mean I came from Android. Just that iOS is just horrible in terms of actually displaying relevant notifications.
I pull it down and then click on the notification.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I reply to from there. I archive from there.
I do that, yeah. Like if I get text.
Yeah, the reply to.
I actually triage most of my email from the notification window as opposed to opening the application just because it's easy. Because I can do it from any screen.
Anyways, I'm sorry, there's no way to do that. Right?
Aha! But anyway, either way, if you're using an iPhone, Outlook is a dope app. There is another email app called Spark that's really, really cool, but they don't have Copper Exchange yet. So,
no point. No point.
Yeah, it's not not universal.
Have you moved to Office 365 yet?
No, I use Google Drive. I do have Office 365, like I'm signed into it, I guess, when I go into Outlook and look at a document. But I still don't understand why I should use that versus Google Drive.
Because you get more memory for the same price.
Yeah,
more
but
storage.
I have Google Photos, and all my photos.
Google Photos is unlimited either way.
No, it's not. If you upload full images, it's not.
Why are you uploading full images? 16 megapixels is enough, dude.
Well, it's 8 megapixel on my phone.
Either way, it's still the same. Okay, so if you do the unlimited, you're not getting anything. It's like if you're taking freaking raw video on like some kind of a high-end SLR, then by all means, yes, I can understand that.
Yeah, what about my fucking 8 gig slow motion videos that I take on my iPhone?
It's all, it's all the same.
I like Google Photos a lot, and I like Google Drive a lot. It just works really well.
Google Photos is still unlimited.
And not to mention, I also have a Chromebook, and it just works really nice.
But if you take the slow-mo videos, it's still the same if you leave it on there,
but
right?
I'm not switching just for the sake of switching and making
me
happy.
I'm just saying, you still have Google Photos and Google Drive. It has its merits, but Office 365 is just better, dude.
For what? What am I doing in Office 365?
For everything. Everything and more, man. And more. Do you not understand that?
Because there's not one point where I'm like, oh, Office 365, this worked really well. Let me switch over to that. I don't get it.
Man, you got better tools. Okay, Word is better than Docs. Excel is better than Sheets. PowerPoint is better than Slides.
No, okay? I don't disagree with you there. I don't use Google Drive to create. Well, I do use Google Drive to create my workout templates, but they're just like
you
super
have
basic in
OneNote.
Excel.
Bam! Better than anything you could do for that. OneNote would be brilliant for your workout templates.
All right, I'll give it a try.
You do just try. That's all I ask. You got access to it now for the free
But I
stuff.
don't. But I don't
versions.
create like so. I'm more like saving and referencing documents and sometimes editing them. Mostly PDFs and Excel sheets. I don't necessarily. We also use Google Drive at work for stuff. So or Google Docs.
But the major benefit is, especially once you get your new Surface 3. Well, actually, the Surface 3 will come with it for free anyways, but you can get the desktop versions of the applications. So you get you basically get the desktop versions for free. So then you can do even crazier stuff. Even crazier stuff that we can do on any of those online services. Mike.
Yeah, I'm not sold, man. I'm sorry.
Do it. Just try it.
I'm going to download OneNote because you piqued my fitness interest.
Just try it, dude.
I don't know why OneNote would be better than Excel for this sort of thing, but whatever. We're going to try it.
Because OneNote, you can load Excel. You can organize like crazy.
Oh
you can bring in
OneNote.
format.
Listen. OneNote is fantastic. Fucking use it. It's been a lifesaver for me at work because I can do everything on the computer and then it's on my phone also.
Dude,
and, phone's not my native format for it, but it's great.
So let me ask you this: Can I do OneNote from the web?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You can do OneNote from anywhere, dude. From any fucking where. You can do it from space, man. All right?
Honestly.
You can do it from hell, dude. All right?
The thing about OneNote is it's actually a pretty heavy application. Like, you can really leverage a shit ton out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you don't, it still works as a very basic application. So that's why I think it's so phenomenal. I mean, you could build all of your checklists for shit in life, your camping pack list and this list and that list. You can just have all those in one notebook with all their little tabs on the side, and then you can have it's just I can't explain how great it really is, but get into it.
Amazing.
Once you force yourself into it, you become whoa, what the fuck was I doing with anything else?
So it's kind of like anal.
Evernote took away emails to create new notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a premium feature. It really pisses me off because all my Amazon receipts for the last 10 years have been going to Evernote.
Oh yeah. I had that as I think you told me about that as a.
And now it doesn't work. I'm allowed to do 2 a month or some shit.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm a big Evernote. I'm definitely an Evernote fan. I have a lot in Evernote. So OneNote, you guys like better than Evernote?
No, OneNote. OneNote stopped working for me years ago. I think it's because one of my jobs blocked it.
You mean?
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of.
Yeah. So you guys like OneNote better than Evernote?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give it a shot. I'll download it right now. I have next week for my start a new training cycle next week. So I will write up my entire program in OneNote and use it for a week, and I'll report my findings back. All right, Nick, where can everybody get a hold of you?
You can't get a hold of me.
All right.
But you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/TheGadgetGurus.
Victor, what about you, buddy?
All right, well, you guys can get a hold of me at Vic@thegadgetgurus.net, and also hit me up on twitter.com/VDub722. And, yeah.
All right. You guys can find me on Twitter, MobileMike01, and you can send us an email, podcast@thegadgetgurus.net. This is the Gadget Gurus podcast, episode number 252. The Gadget Gurus are out.
Peace. Laters. Ouch.